Hey, friend, it's good to see you again. We're getting close at the time of this recording to the holiday season where families will gather together and enjoy meals, and some of us will consume too much. And that reminds me of a story I heard about a young lady who was newly married, and she and her husband decided to invite all the family over to their house for the holidays. She wanted to be a good hostess and serve all the things that she had enjoyed as she gathered with her family growing up. And so it was time to cook the meal, and she was preparing the ham. And her mother was in the kitchen helping her, and the mother takes the ham and cuts a big piece off and sets it to the side. And the newlywed girl asked the mom, "Why do you cut that end of the ham off?" She's like, "I don't know. My mom always did it that way." So the young lady went to her grandmother and said, "Grandmother, why do you always cut the end of the ham off?" And she said, "Well, my mom always did it that way." So the girl goes to her elderly great grandmother and says, "Can you help me understand why you always cut the end off of the ham before you cooked it?" And she said, "Oh, sure, it's no problem. I had a dish that was only this big." She had limitations based on the size of her baking dish. And that got me to thinking about the limitations that we have in our own lives. You see, sometimes our limitations are based on our current situation, or so it appears. But in many cases, our limitations are based on our past experiences. But whichever the case is, let me ask you this question. What limitations are in your world today? And are they real? Or are they based on past experience that you had nothing to do with, and you've just accepted that as your current situation and your current limitation? You see, I believe that we have an opportunity in life to define much of what we enjoy in life based on how we respond to life. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I always have a great response to life. You can ask my wife about driving in traffic. I am not a patient man. I'm not proud of that fact. I'm just being honest with you. But at the end of the day, when my attitude about my current situation is determined by my past experiences rather than what my outlook for the future is, then I am limiting myself to a life that's not everything it could be. Now, I'm a person of faith, and I believe that God has created me, and I believe He created you as well, to enjoy an abundant life, a fulfilling life, a life that is full, not empty, a life that has a bigger pan for the ham than maybe you grew up with. So, as you get ready to gather with your family this holiday season, think about that pan. And when you look at it, ask yourself, is this a representation of the limitations in my life? Or can I expand the capacity in my life by thinking differently about my life? I'm glad you joined me today, and I hope this was helpful. Have a great week and a great holiday season.